Guys, how we doing?
Good to see you.
Guy and Ralph. Is it Ralph? What do they call it? What are they, Raphael?
It's Raphael, but
Raphael.
if you're, depending who you are, you can get away with Raph.
Okay.
You're just not pretty enough to call me Raph.
Okay, look, I'm trying to. New year, new me. I'm trying. We're at Zen Asian BBQ, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Naples, out here in Naples, grabbing some lunch on a Sunday.
Part of our life.
Yeah, you guys.
is.
This is like normal for you guys. Like, sure, this is what you guys do.
We do. We eat out a lot. We get out. We try new foods, try new restaurants, for sure.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourselves and like maybe personally, and then talk a little bit how you guys got started together doing this food thing. What you guys are doing.
We were both, fortunately, in the food industry.
Pork chops.
Oh yeah, I was like, where's the chopsticks?
She's bringing chopsticks.
She's bringing chopsticks.
Yeah.
We actually were both in the food scene together, but at separate times. I was doing Restaurant Week. He was doing Bacon Fest, and just kind of our worlds collided, and now we are working together doing all our projects and just eating our way through Southwest Florida, basically.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like I love following you guys. People watching, where do they follow you guys? You guys have a couple different things. You have Where To Eat 239.
Yeah, Where To Eat 239 is really probably the best place to follow us, because that's where we get to talk about all the hot dog stands and the taco joints and the ramen places, and then go out to all these real high-end restaurants on Fifth Ave and the Cape Coral food scene. So whereto239.com would probably be the best place to really follow us. But our signature event that we do is Sizzle Southwest Florida. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So with Sizzle Southwest
that's pretty
Florida,
huge, man. I mean, that's like taking over. Like, it's great.
And as Restaurant Week has become, and for the viewers who don't know what Sizzle Southwest Florida is, it's actually Restaurant Week. We've rebranded to Sizzle Southwest Florida now as we've grown and expanded from Marco to Sanibel and everything tasty in between.
Wow, so you just want to create this big umbrella.
He basically just wants to plug in our new catchphrase.
You're just lucky I didn't have you do it.
Is that your new catchphrase, Sizzle?
We normally say like from Sanibel to Marco.
And everything tasty in between.
I like it.
Do that,
so. Okay.
So
awesome.
as he's leaning into this storyboard, I'm like, okay, it's coming.
That is hilarious, man. So
I saw him stuffing his mouth, so I'm like, all right, he's not ready.
So did you grow up like eating? Like, was that a passion, or did that come about like some point later in your life? Or?
I've always wanted to be a chef. I liked cooking as a young child. I used to grab the cookbooks from my mom and pick something out and be able to, put a shopping list together and say, Mom, go get this. And, living with a single mom and not having a dad, it was kind of just us two cooking. So I've always been that kind of kid to like to cook. When me and the boys would go out fishing down at the local canal or pond or something, we'd bring back bass and sunnies and fillet them up and cook them in the frying pan, even as like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I was born in New York, but I was raised in Southwest Florida. On the East Coast.
So you're talking about
on the East Coast, or South Florida. South Florida. So, even as a young kid, I used to cook and stuff like that. And then one of my early jobs was working in a restaurant, working my way from dishwasher literally up to being able to do the omelet station and the pasta station. So I kind of always had that as a passion. But honestly, I never wanted it to be a job, because when I did finally work in a kitchen, I realized it's a lot of work. It's not the creativity. It's not as fun as you think it is.
It's not as pretty as people think it is.
No. It's
Why not?
A lot
What
of
do
grinding.
you? Yeah, grinding.
Oh man, you're chopping mise en place for hours and peeling potatoes, and you're doing the grinding work, and then the hours and the heat. It's not as glamorous as chef seems to be. It's really a lot of work.
Sure.
So I realized that I like
being
to
a chef's
create.
definitely a passion project.
Yeah.
It's not like people see. It's how someone always goes. They think someone's an overnight success, but they don't realize it took 2-3 years.
To get there. Yeah.
And it's kind of like being a chef. You present your food, and people eat it so fast, and some people don't appreciate it when you put in X amount of hours to broil something, or to make that soup or that paste, and then you suck it down in 20-30 minutes, and there goes all that work. So it's different, man.
Now, your background as well, you've seen a lot of the industry in the food industry. What is your kind of experience in the food industry? Because you've done a lot there as well.
Yeah, so I guess for me it started I'm half Puerto Rican, I'm half Filipino, so my palate's always been different. I was always the kid, when I was in elementary school, I was the kid that ate with my hands because that's how culturally we grew up in the house. You know, the rice and use your hand. It's just very ethnic. And then living in New York and New Jersey, you get used to having that diversity of food.
For sure.
And when I came to Southwest Florida, after I got through college, or even in college, I was bartending for a while, and then I started working in corporate restaurants. Every position in the restaurant, upper management, corporate training. I was traveling with a company, and I was working with restaurants all across the United States, and I was able to see restaurant and the food scene from the consumer point of view, as someone that really appreciates food, but also on the business side of things, and understanding what it really takes to go up against LYs and different client bases, and having to get your food out there, and the marketing and the branding, and then I started understanding restaurants through real estate and commercial real estate, and finding what it really takes, and to find a location based off demographics and knowing your numbers. So I just became well versed in this on top of loving food. So it's just it's a perfect marry of just different things that I've learned, and now we're here in this position, and when I go to a restaurant, I can appreciate the chef, I can appreciate the dishwasher, the server. There's so many more details that I think when I was younger, especially when I was in college and I was just drinking at bars and going out dining, you don't think of the details that really goes into the place that you're drinking and having fun at. So I'm just really appreciative to have this knowledge that I feel like a lot of people in our industry, or at least in this area, don't have.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's a really rich background to do what you're doing now, because you two are bringing all your experiences together to create. When you think of restaurant week or Sizzle, you think of this experience. You think of a palette of food and all these things that you guys created. It's super powerful, man. I dig it.
Thank you.
Sizzle's been cool because it's our way of being able to share this great food with everybody, because Restaurant Week all across the United States is a huge deal. I just came back from Chicago, and the restaurants they were talking to me about how they're preparing for their Restaurant Week in Chicago. Yep. And they're like, it's crazy. People from St. Louis come, and Illinois and Michigan, and they're able to try all these great restaurants at this affordable price. But on the back end, these restaurants are busy during a time when January it's slow for them because it's cold.
Right.
I mean, it was minus 24 when I landed.
But the ramen places must be busy. When you're cold, you gotta get some ramen.
I did check out a ramen place. The ramen places are good, and
coffee shops.
The coffee shops, the little watering holes where everyone's drinking at. So, but that's the whole epitome of what is Restaurant Week. Is being able to share this great food with everyone, and we can all talk about it, and we can all support each other, because it does a great thing.
And the food scene here in Southwest Florida has really started to flourish this last couple of years. It used to just mainly be, the steak and potatoes, seafood kind of touristy places to eat, and you really didn't have a lot of ethnic foods. You didn't have diversity. It was a little bit of the same. Not that that's bad. Because True Luxes and excuse me, good food. Compliments to the chef. The True Luxes and the Snook Inns and these iconic touristy places that have been around for years, they produce great food. But now we're starting to see younger chefs come in. We're starting to see more seasoned chefs coming in.
Wow.
Coming into the area, and we're also seeing ethnic foods. 21 Spices, Mora Bistro, Zen Asian BBQ. Sure. There was a Filipino place I hear is opening up soon.
Where's that going to be at?
I don't know, but we're all over that.
So with the diversity comes all of this, ability to try new stuff. Mora is part of Restaurant Week. Zen Asian BBQ is part of Restaurant Week. 21 Spices is part of Restaurant Week. Sizzle, Southwest Florida, Restaurant Week. So during Restaurant Week, as Raphael had said, now you can go and hit the True Luxes and the Capitol Grills and all your normal places because it's such an affordable deal. But at the same time, then you get to try something new, something that you haven't tried because it's affordably priced. But that's allowing our food scene to grow and more people hear about it. When Zen came here, a year and a half ago, it was the first ever Korean barbecue in the whole area that I've known of.
Yeah.
And it was like a big smash. try the ramen. We don't have any ramen
We
places
don't have
around
any
here.
ramen places. We have a lot of pho places, but not ramen.
But not
And
ramen.
not even pho. Pho's like, there's a few places that's closed down. There's less than 5 true ones here in Southwest Florida.
Dang.
We did go to one the other day in Cape Coral.
The
Oh, yeah.
Delgado one?
Two
Two
sisters.
Two sisters. What do you think about that?
That place
Oh,
is legit,
yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
this is before we even got the food. When the server said, "Oh yeah, my grandmother's in the kitchen cooking," we're like,
Oh, game over.
"That's
Game
what
over.
we're talking about."
Absolutely. I think that's really cool about Restaurant Week, though, that you make it accessible. You know, that's the cool part is that these, 5-star restaurants with all these great courses, 3
make
5-course meals, you make it accessible. To
Accessible is
Yeah.
cool, but
Yeah.
affordable is the big thing because being in that millennial age bracket, or also seeing where the future of Southwest Florida is coming, because people are moving here. It's starting to become more full-time each year. So it's important that people can afford to go out to these places, because if you make it too unattainable,
Yeah.
how are they ever going to enjoy that?
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Oh,
Sorry.
thank you.
All right. Hey, we got the chopsticks here.
Got
Chopsticks.
some
Hey.
chopsticks finally.
Finally.
Man, stop being like an
There you
American.
I know some of y'all are watching are like, I can't believe these food guys are
I know.
eating with forks, eating ramen with
Sacrilege.
forks.
I promise you that.
Totally. But
It
we're
was
so
just
hungry.
yeah.
And it's so chilly out, and this smells so good.
Yeah.
I had to dig in the forks.
Yeah, I got my winter hat on.
Yeah.
So seeing other,
Ugh.
coming from other, you just came back from Chicago. What do you feel like Southwest Florida is on that spectrum? Like, are we getting there? Are we going to be there in 5 years? Are we there? Like, at the cusp? Like, what do you feel like?
I think it's
Close.
the pressure factor. Pressure's gonna build a diamond, it's gonna bust a pipe. And when you start putting chefs and restaurants on Front Street and really challenging them and saying, hey, listen, we now care about quality
We care.
of food.
Sure.
Yeah.
We now care how this presentation look like. We do care about where our food's being sourced. And those things are happening. And we have people, like Where To Eat 239 and other brands and events, food events are becoming so huge out here.
There's a lot of foodie pages
There's
out
a
here,
lot
man. Like,
out of
there's like
nowhere.
mad groups. I'm getting added. Like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out
Yeah,
of
there's
nowhere.
some good groups. But, with the groups also, you have to understand, what are these groups actually trying to accomplish? Are they doing anything for the community?
Sure.
Are they being there? Or are they just saying they're foodies?
Sure.
Because, look, we all eat food. Does that make us all foodies?
What's a foodie? All right, break
First
it
of
down,
all,
because everyone says it's a
that's-
foodie. What's a freaking foodie? man?
Okay.
Foodie's an overused term.
Yeah,
He
man.
hates the word
But I kind of
foodie.
hate it too. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of hate it in the way that I hate people saying they're entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean
Yeah.
that's a whole nother tangent. But a foodie could be anyone, just like an entrepreneur could be anyone at
Yeah.
this point. So I guess you can say what a foodie is.
But there's no other real word to describe of somebody.
Right.
who
You gonna say food
appreciates-
connoisseur? What are you gonna?
Yeah, gourmand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
such a nose up in the air
Was
kind
it
of
gastronome?
name.
Gastronome?
Foodie is just the slang word for somebody who
What is your perspective?
appreciates good food.
Someone who appreciates good food.
Yeah, somebody who appreciates the understanding of what it takes to
The
make
details
the
that
dish.
you were talking about earlier.
Right, the
So-
mise en place, the prep time, the where's the food sourced from. When somebody who gets excited about a new dish or a new restaurant, to me is a foodie.
Right.
That it can be used negatively if you have people going around saying they're foodies, Mr. Foodie or something like that, and they're not doing anything for the community. But honestly, at the end of the day, to me, anybody can be a foodie.
Right.
But if you appreciate what's going into the dish, if you appreciate how the dish is made, if you appreciate, what it takes to put that together,
Right.
that's a foodie, I think.
So all right, so we have this like super high value on food. Is there any time like any like guilty pleasures for you guys that you guys still go to that's not very foodie like you just like this is kind of corporate and it's boom, but I still go to it. Like Five Guys to me is still like in my top burgers.
yeah, for sure. So like a Costco, Sam's Club hot dog,
See right there.
all
Exactly.
day, $1.50 hot dog,
Yeah.
soda. How do
And
you
a
beat that?
and a 4-berry sundae.
Like you can't beat that, man.
Sam's Club hot dogs, man.
Like I still go to the food court and get excited about the bourbon chicken. Like I grew up eating that, so it's
Yeah.
like the stuff like that where it's
Yeah.
like It's not very foodie-like. It's not glamorous, but I'm gonna kill it.
But see, that's where Where To Eat 239 was born, because with Restaurant Week, we were able to talk about the Blue Provences and the .57s and these amazing high-end restaurants. But yet, Raphael and I, we're tacos and pizza kind of guys.
Sure.
You know, we want to talk about the hot dog joint, the taco joint. We want to talk about that place that really, you know, has great food, but doesn't necessarily have white tablecloths.
Which I think we have something in the works right now. It's about to be pretty crazy. But we curating a food idea group / Where To Eat 239. I think we got some crazy brewing.
Yeah, we're gonna highlight some cool things.
It'll be cool. It'll have a little fun. You know, I think a lot of people like it. But yeah, I think that's really cool that you get to go get the mom and pop. You know, what are some of your favorite places? Like, just locally, man. Just name some of these places that you just love going back to.
Downtown House of Pizza.
D-Hop.
I mean, D-Hop is, I feel, one of the best pizzas in Southwest Florida.
For sure.
San Julian up there and
Oh,
down here.
wait, both, because there's two, right?
Two San Julian tacos and tequila.
El Pastor. All day.
Taco Lindo is my favorite.
Yeah?
That's absolutely
That's
my
in Naples?
favorite.
Where is that?
It's in Naples over Santa Barbara and Radio area in the old Sweet Bay Plaza.
Okay.
It's called Taco Lindo, and I think they're the best tacos, only because they put lettuce and tomato and Munster cheese, and the meats and everything are just as good. But that's just my personal.
Okay, all right.
My personal.
Are you guys? Can you guys cook yourselves? Like, you guys go out a lot, but are you guys like cooking the same things at home? I saw something you posted the other day, bro. I don't know what.
The mac and cheese
Bro,
and the
what
lasagna.
was that, bro?
Yeah,
I
mac
was
and
like,
cheese.
yo,
that.
I'm
It
gonna
was
come
delicious.
through real quick and get a plate. Let me get a plate, man.
It
Like,
was a 4-cheese mac and cheese with a bechamel sauce to make it extra creamy, and then just crumbled up Ritz crackers all on top, thrown in the oven, so it gets the Ritz crackers nice and crunchy. And then what else was there?
But yeah, you cook.
Yeah,
You cook.
yeah, do you cook Filipino, Puerto Rican? Like, you ethnic cooker?
What I'm trying to do is get my mom to finally hand me down her recipes. But the problem is, my mom, 5-foot little Asian woman, doesn't have a recipe. It's a pinch of this and throw
It's
this.
muscle
and
memory.
It's all just, and I'm like,
Throw me
Mom,
in
let's
the-
write this down. And she's like, how do I write down?
Yeah.
There's nothing, and it's a feel for her. So, yeah, no, I definitely cook. But as far as like the ethnic foods, I don't cook it as well. And I hate cooking something that I know someone can do better. And
That's my problem with cooking. Whenever I get in my mode, like New Year, right? I'm like, I'm gonna start cooking at home, going to the gym. I start making stuff. I'm like, I could go get this. I want this to be better. Like, why?
yeah.
I just don't have. I don't personally have time. I mean,
for
honestly.
sure.
And as much as we're eating out, all I want when I get home is like some clean, like a salad.
Yeah, you probably feel like pretty bloated or something most of the time.
It was crazy because Sizzle Southwest Florida, we just finished our restaurant week, and we were eating out every single day. So it's 14 days. By day 9, we were just like forcing ourselves to go out. Because there's so much food. There's no way. We've been very blessed. It's a huge blessing to be able to eat these foods.
Amen to that.
Complaining, I gotta eat all this good
that.
food. Damn.
I know. We've been hugely blessed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I always said, man, I was like, I'd love to have a job where I can eat for a living. It's not that it's all cracked up to be, man.
I get it. Now you have to eat. Like, you have to. All right, so break down Sizzle, like how that works, because you guys said you handpick stuff and whatnot. How does that partnership with the restaurants work, and how does that whole structure look for Sizzle?
So, well, Sizzle's simple. First, in order, it's invite only. So
for the restaurants.
It's invite only for the restaurants.
Okay.
And we put them through a scale that we use to measure them, and it basically just if they fit into the criteria of what would be a restaurant week participant. So it's the 3 Ps. We call it 3 Ps.
Okay.
It's price point, prestige, and presence. They have to meet all that because you can't have the Olive Gardens, doing their 5 for 10s and stuff like that, and they have to have a certain quality of food. This what do you say? They have to have that je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, they have that
They
je ne
have
sais
to.
quoi. And
it doesn't make it fair if it doesn't. If the restaurants aren't on the same level with each other, then the people aren't going to want to go. If you got a restaurant doing low quality food at low price, well, since the price is eliminated in Sizzle, if they're doing low quality up against a high quality, everybody's going to want to go to the high quality, and the low quality guy's not going to get the business, and
okay.
then he's not gonna. Well, why did I join Sizzle? So we keep it very exclusive on who we bring in. They have to have those 3 Ps, like Raphael said.
What does prestige mean?
So,
Like as far as that,
Prestige, it's a restaurant that.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, that's it, man. Right there.
That's it.
Prestige.
And so, Prestige is, for example, you have,
They're known.
they're known.
Right.
They have a reputation
that.
that follows them. That really showcases that they have good food, that they're a pillar here in Southwest Florida. I mean, Prestige is something that is a little loose,
Right.
but it's something that when you're there, you understand.
You know, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you go to, you're even from on the small ends, like your Mora's, Mora Bistros that has that Lebanese kitchen cuisine,
Yeah.
or you go to the Continental downtown, which is, one of the top 100 restaurants in the country. They have that prestige about them that this is where you want to go. This is one of the places that represents Southwest Florida.
Yeah. Same thing with presence. The presence is kind of actually just an extension of prestige,
Sure.
because they have to have the presence in our community. You got to know who they
You
are.
gotta know who they are. Sure.
You got to understand it, because part of the allure of Restaurant Week is you're tasting some of the best cuisine Southwest Florida has to offer.
Wow. Okay, so do we have any? You were talking about some of the highest, or some of the high-rated restaurants. Do we have any Michelin star restaurants here?
No, there's only 13 in the United States, and they're in bigger cities. It's a much different scale of how they do those. Michelin stars is more international, Europe and
Break
other
down what
countries.
is the Michelin? People that are watching, like, they don't know what that is. What is that? Like,
It's a European Award of Excellence.
and only 13 have it in the United States. How many people have it in Europe? Is it a lot more?
That's a lot more.
A lot more. Okay.
I actually don't know that number, but I would imagine it's dozens.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a big. I mean, it's
Very
a big
hard
deal.
to get. Very hard to get.
Here we have
Yeah.
what's popular here is James Beard Awards.
Yep.
Yeah.
So James Beard Foundation, James Beard Awards, and then it gives awards to chefs based off restaurants, like books. Because Art won one of the books.
Geographical area too. You have south, you have north, so you can be the best chef, James Beard, south, best chef, north, and it breaks it down. It's a little bit more accessible. It's peer voted as well, so peer voted and then peer reviewed.
Right.
So that allows the chefs to be a little bit more attainable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like
Man, that's crazy.
Art Smith was one. He was over at 1500 South. Who else here in town? Vincenzo?
Harold's.
Harold?
Harold's place, or not Harold's place, Harold's restaurant. I'm pretty sure. Vincenzo
Actually,
over there.
You know what? Just cut that out
Yeah.
because let's not.
Yeah,
we're not sure.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut that part
We're
out.
cutting this. We're cutting this.
Cutting this out.
Cutting
Cut
this
that
out.
out.
Cutting this.
I'm gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit. So, what's next for you guys, man? With the Food Idea Group, what's the future look like for what you guys are doing, and Where to Eat and Sizzle? Like,
Well, first and foremost, Sizzle's future, the number one on our plate is Sizzle Southwest Florida, because that's the one that's like working right now, and it's the one that's growing the fastest. So that is continuing the expansion into Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Sanibel, getting more restaurants on board, and educating more of Southwest Florida how to participate. Because that's always one of the questions we always had is like, how do you participate in Restaurant Week? Do you need a ticket? And it's like, nah, you need to go to the website, you need to find the restaurant in your city or the city you want to go to, check out their menus and just go dine. Make your reservation, go dine. So, I mean, first and foremost, I think Sizzle is probably up first on our
For sure.
what we have to do list.
Yeah. Sizzles it's the Food Idea Group is our corporate company, and the signature event is Sizzle Southwest Florida. That's really what is going to help bring our food.
You're doing that twice a year, correct?
Twice a year. We do a spring edition and we do a winter edition. The spring edition is May 31st through June 13th, and then the winter edition, we'll announce that later.
Okay.
But it's going to be end of November,
Sure.
December area. It's always right after Thanksgiving.
Is it different restaurants for each? Is it like a different vibe, or is
Sometimes.
Sometimes it is, yeah. We have some restaurants that don't really need the added push and promotion in the winter, so they'll come on for the spring ones.
Right.
And then we have some that just love it, and they're on for both of them, and they're there. Permanent fixtures, Blue Provence, and La Moraga, and several others that are just always a part of it.
Right.
And then as we expand into Fort Myers or Cape Coral, then we're going to be bringing more restaurants.
I'm excited for the Cape one. The Cape. I grew up in Cape, so look, I'm ready. And there's a lot of stuff popping up in Cape with you guys, though. Like
that food scene's great.
Yeah, man. Nice guys.
That brings us to the next thing. So after Sizzle, next up for us on our plate is what we're doing with Where To Eat 239. I mean, we're on Wink News every Wednesday. Bringing on different restaurants and chefs, and we're collabing with Curate.
Yeah, we're excited. To happen, man.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that, and it's just how to keep building that brand of our company, because that's that exposure. That's touching everything. That's touching the places in the Cape. And it's really about those two things, I think, in 2018, on top of some other projects we can't talk about.
You can't talk about it. I get it. Look, we got stuff.
But I definitely think that those are the two most important things. And we pride ourselves in staying in our own lane. We're not trying to be other people. Yeah. We're not trying to follow other people's footsteps.
Nope.
You know, we're in the food scene. You know, we do marketing, we do branding, we do our food events, and we're not trying to get in anyone's lane. Yeah. And that's what it's about for us.
You guys are and I think the greatest part about you two as people, just getting to know you guys a little bit, and just what you guys are doing in action is just that you guys care, man. You guys are actually adding value to the community, and you add value to people, and it shows, you know, and everyone trusts you guys, and everyone always has good things to say about you guys. So
thank you.
Man,
that's an underlying.
Really hard to get that point.
Yeah.
Worked really hard to get to people saying nice stuff.
But it's always an underlying part of our company is that everything we do, there's always something where we're giving back or we're part of the community to help build and grow. And it's really, I think, the essence at the end of the day is anything that we can do that's going to help our food scene grow, help our restaurants grow, help our local chefs get known more, we're down to do.
That's awesome.
If you're not thinking about the future of where you're living,
where you're eating
and where you're living and where you reside, then what really are you doing? You're just living your life like one day at a time. Like, we're really thinking when we can look back 10 years from now, what impact did we have here in Southwest Florida? Like, that's a big deal for us.
Yeah. That's a huge deal. And that's I think that at the heart of anything, even as an entrepreneur, right? Anything you want to do is, I think it should be that passion first, and then then live off of it and try to make it something for yourself. But the heart of everything, whether it's a business, whether it's an idea, or art, it should be, just because you have a passion for it, you care about it. So I love what you guys are doing, man. Excited to
we love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Just try to, again, do what you guys are doing, man, for the community and build it and go, what's my legacy here? So, all right, where can people follow you guys at again? Just remind them.
WhereToEat239.com. That's definitely the best place. We have a Facebook fan group that has a little 11,000
Yo, I saw it the other day. I was like, damn.
Yeah, there's 11,000 members in there.
People, and they help each other. That's a real thing. It's not, we didn't, buy these people. We didn't, and, just put them in the group. If you go on right now and you're like, hey, where's the best place to have lunch right now?
On the beach. Or where can I get fried shrimp? Or where's the best ramen? Any of those questions.
It gets boom. I see the comments. I look through them like, oh my God.
Yeah, right.
I do it now, and you always think you know all the food until you see someone putting it in the comments.
And everybody's passionate. They're like, nah, look.
Go here. Try this, don't try that.
And then that one comment gets like 20 likes, and you're like, yep, that's
the
it.
Place to go.
But see, that's what it's about. Is we have so much resources here. People's the number one resource. We should be able to use each other. That's what makes it cool, rather than Yelp or TripAdvisor. If you can get into our group and you can ask a real question and you'll get a real answer from real profiles, real people, someone that you might even know, but you didn't know cared about food like you, and like, oh, let's go out and let's get lunch together. And I can't tell you how many times we've had that.
Oh yeah.
And you just
and it's like the local Yelp. And nothing wrong with Yelp or anything, but this is where you're getting from people that you might know, or people that are friends of friends. And that's what makes that group of 11,000 something members so strong, is that they're sharing their experiences, firsthand real experiences. Yeah,
you can't beat that. You can't. That's why I like whenever Yelp added that feature where you can see the video, you can see someone actually going there. I'm like, oh, okay. Because before it's like, I don't know, like you don't
know what's bought.
You don't know what it is. But now this experience you guys have created it's
very
real life Yelp.
So they can find us at WhereToEat239.com. That automatically takes them to the Facebook fan page. So our Facebook group, so they can just join the group, and then they'll see us posting in there on Facebook.
Every social media platform.
They're more than welcome to hit us up.
So Where To Eat 239 on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter
too, but we don't use it too often.
Honestly, I mean, if you also follow us individually,
you
there's
guys
places that he's going, I'm not going, and like
Yeah.
our whole profiles are basically around what we're doing and what we're eating. So,
Yep.
I mean, Raphael J. Feliciano on Instagram, Real Guy Clark on Instagram.
Real Guy Clark.
And then also us on Facebook. But if add us on Facebook, we'd love to just see where everyone else is eating, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much. This food was great. Thank you guys. So nice outside.
Absolutely, man.
All right, man. See you guys later. Peace out. Thanks for watching.
See